time extends much contrastingly there. The three go to Distinct, who is presently bringing up a kid with pepper pots, and make sense of their hypothesis that the quantum domain can be utilized to travel once more into the past and take the limitlessness stones before Thanos can gather them. Unmistakable at first oddballs their proposition with worry about taking a chance with his family and the harmony he has found. However, in the wake of reflecting upon the deficiency of Peter Parker, chooses to test hypothetical models that would work with Lang's quantum burrow, in the end tracking down one that works. With Unmistakable now ready, the leftover Justice Fighters set off to reassemble their group. Bruce Flagg has now embraced the mass as a piece of him, and has merged his own cognizance and the mass together into one. Romanoff, in the wake of hearing reports from Rhodes of a professional killer that works with comparable techniques to Barton, passes on to track down him. Barton, consumed with anguish after the deficiency of his family, has been working under the mantle, Ronin, while ruthlessly slaughtering criminal cartels and posses all over the planet to attempt to work on the world that is still left. Natasha tracks down him in Japan, and after some persuading, he consents to rejoin the group to attempt to bring his family back. Standard and Rocket go to the unassuming community of New Asgard, where Valkyrie and the last overcomers of Asgard have settled. They there find Thor, who has become overpowered by culpability over neglecting to kill Thanos in Wakanda. Thor has become overweight, his hair and facial hair are congested, and he invests his free energy eating low-quality food, becoming inebriated, and playing Fortnite with his companions Korg and Meek. Thor hesitantly consents to get back to the Justice Fighters after some persuading from Rocket and Flagg. In the wake of testing the quantum time machine on Barton, who affirms that it works, the Vindicators are brought together with an arrangement. Flagg, Rogers, Lang, and Distinct set out to recover the time, psyche, and space stones during the Clash of New York in 2012. Standard goes to the Sanctum Sanctorum, where he is educated by the antiquated one that requiring some investment stone from her course of events would forestall Stephen Weird's future endeavors to prevent Caecilius from annihilating the laws of nature. In any case, when Flagg tells her that Weird surrendered the time stone eagerly to Thanos, she permits Standard to make them suggest Bizarre had expected for a particular succession of occasions to happen for Thanos to be crushed. Pennant additionally guarantees the stones' revisitation of their legitimate timetables to forestall any evil impacts. Lang and Unmistakable endeavor to take the Space Stone after the Vindicators seize it from Loki. Lang gives obvious previous self a gentle heart failure by pulling a circuit in his fake heart, while Unmistakable takes the portfolio lodging the Tesseract when no one is looking. Their arrangement is impeded when Unmistakable drops the attaché after he is incidentally hit by the Massachusetts Loki, then, at that point, takes the Space Stone and uses it to get away from guardianship. Rogers prevails with regards to taking the Brain Stone from covert Hydra specialists, however finds his previous self, who botches him for a hidden Loki. In the wake of overcoming past Steve, Rogers gets back together with Obvious and Lang, who presently should sort out one more method for getting the Space Stone without running out of the restricted stockpile of PIM particles that permit them to go through the quantum domain. Lang gets back to the present with the Brain Stone while Rogers and Unmistakable devise an arrangement to take the Space Stone from a U.S. armed force establishment during the 1970s, while likewise taking further vials of PIM particles to make the excursion back home. While there, Rogers cites Peggy Carter and Unmistakable has a significant discussion with his dad Howard. Rocket and Thor travel to Asgard to recover the Truth Stone before Malekith utilizes it against the 9 domains. While in Asgard, Thor is reminded that his mom, Frigga, would kick the bucket soon and gets an opportunity experience with her while Rocket takes the ether, the disintegrated rendition of the Truth Stone, from Jane in Courage. The two revisitation of Earth after Frigga guides Thor and he recovers his sledge Mjolnir, thrilled to find that he is as yet deserving of it. Cloud and Rhodes travel to Morag to take the Power Stone before Peter Plume does. As Rhodes gets back to the present with the Power Stone, Cloud glitches and stays on Morag. With two consciousnesses working on Cloud's frameworks, Thanos and Midnight Throat find the presence of future Cloud and go to capture her. Cloud acknowledges what has occurred and attempts to caution the others, yet is past the point of no return. Thanos examines her recollections and finds the Justice Fighters' arrangement, and sends the more steadfast past Cloud back to the present as a covert operative. Barton and Romanoff travel to Vormir to recover the Spirit Stone, however are clashed when Red Skull, manager of the stone, illuminates them that it must be recovered by forfeiting somebody they love. The two battle about which will make the penance, with Romanoff eventually accepting any penalty, while a distressed Barton gets back to Earth with the Spirit Stone. After everybody has gotten back to the present on the planet, Unmistakable, Rocket, and Flag set off to make a glove to employ the stones, one built from the equivalent nanotech of Distinct's most recent Iron Man suit. Standard workers himself to use the glove and bring back everybody that vanished in Thanos' snap, thinking that he can endure both the gamma radiation and the gigantic aggravation and injury welcomed on by utilizing the stones. He succeeds, however they are very quickly gone after by Thanos, who has been brought to Earth by the sham Cloud, obliterating the quantum entrance all the while. Thanos lessens the Vindicators' base camp to rubble, separating the group and making the glove fall into Barton's assurance. The previous Cloud is killed by her future self as she endeavors to take the limitlessness stones from Barton, while Rogers, Thor, and Obvious defy Thanos, who concludes he will rather utilize the boundlessness stones to obliterate the universe and make one in his vision. The three battle Thanos one-on-one, with Rogers affirming Thor's hypothesis that he deserves employing Mjolnir, yet are each dominated by Thanos. Not long after Thanos' military terrains on the planet, Chala shows up before Rogers, alongside the Vindicators in general and different partners resuscitated by Standard, prior to sending off an attack on Thanos and his military. After an extensive fight during which Distinct is brought together with Parker and Plume is brought together with past Gamora, Thanos grapples with various Vindicators for the Endlessness Stones. At the point when he's limited by Wanda Maximoff's energy, Thanos orders Glaive to have his boat fire numerous energy impacts, almost obliterating the Vindicators' endeavors. Chief Wonder returns, taking out Thanos' boat while battling for control of the glove. Utilizing the nanotech from the new glove, Obvious moves the vastness stones from Thanos' hand to his own and utilizes them to transform Thanos and his whole armed force into debris, victoriously expressing, "I'm Iron Man." Parker and Potts console Unmistakable as he bites the dust from openness to the stone's radiation. Following the fight, the Vindicators hold a burial service for Unmistakable, whose imprint I-bend reactor is drifted out on the lake close to his home. Barton and Wanda Maximoff take comfort in the way that Romanoff and Vision, who didn't return in the snap, would be glad for their triumph over Thanos. Thor makes Valkyrie the sovereign of Asgard and joins the gatekeepers of the cosmic system to track down his actual reason, liberated from the weight of eminence and authority without precedent for his life. Barton gets back to his family and Parker gets back to school, where he is brought together with his closest companion Ned. In the meantime, Rogers is entrusted to go into the past to return the stones and Thor's sledge to their unique courses of events, however chooses not to get back to the present and to rather carry on with the remainder of his life in the past with Carter. He returns before Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes as an elderly person, and passes his safeguard and the mantle of Chief America on to Wilson. A short flashback shows Rogers and Carter in a conventional-looking house, at long last sharing the dance they never got to have in their front room, really blissful finally.